Closer to home, DPS announced 11 men were arrested during a 3-day operation in Bell County targeting those trying to solicit sex from minors online. Fort Hood did confirm that 4 of those arrested are soldiers at the installation. DPS says the suspects believe they were talking with teens online who were really undercover officers. Several law enforcement agencies teamed up, such as Texas Highway Patrol, the Department of the Army Criminal Investigation Division, and the Bell County DA's office. Yesterday, Fort Hood released a statement identifying the soldiers arrested in the recent operation as Private First Class Christopher Matias, Staff Sergeant Samson St. Loth, Specialist Xavier Barreto, and Staff Sergeant Raymond Rivera Colon. Fort Hood says it is cooperating with local law enforcement.